Father to 533. David's life takes an unexpected turn when a lawyer from a fertility clinic knocks on his door, bringing news that feels more suited for a quirky sitcom than reality. Back in the early 1990s, David, looking to make some quick cash, made 693 sperm donations at a clinic under the alias Starbuck. Now, a clerical error has led to his donations being used to father 533 children. Even more astonishing, 142 of these offspring have banded together to file a class action lawsuit seeking the identity of their biological father. At first, David can't believe it, convinced there must be some mistake. However, when the lawyer presents undeniable evidence, disbelief swiftly turns into panic. His mind races with the potential fallout, his face plastered on the news, Emma's reaction, his family's response, and the terrifying thought of being financially liable for hundreds of children. In a state of desperation, David reaches out to Brett for assistance. Though Brett's legal expertise is now limited to mediating bedtime disputes, he agrees to take on David's case, eager for a break from his chaotic home life. After hearing the full story, Brett is left speechless. Following a few drinks and a barrage of expletives, he advises David to countersue the clinic for breaching confidentiality, arguing that they had no right to reveal his identity without his permission. Brett's plan is straightforward: drag out the lawsuit as long as possible in hopes that it fizzles out. His main piece of advice to David is blunt: whatever you do, don't open those files. You really don't want to know. Yet, consumed by guilt, curiosity, and an odd sense of obligation, David finds it impossible to resist. One restless night, he succumbs to temptation and opens the files. David's curiosity, however, soon transforms into something more profound. As he delves deeper into the lives of these children, a sense of responsibility begins to take root. He feels a connection to them, a bond forged through shared DNA and a shared desire to understand their past. He finds himself drawn to their stories, their dreams, and their struggles. The encounters with Kristen, Ryan, Adam, and Michael awaken something dormant within him. He starts to see the world differently, recognizing the beauty and the pain that intertwine in human experience. His own life, once defined by avoidance and self-preservation, now feels strangely incomplete. He yearns to be a part of something larger than himself, to make a difference in the lives of these individuals who unknowingly share his genetic heritage. David's newfound sense of purpose begins to manifest in subtle ways. He starts arriving at work on time, takes more initiative in his projects, and even makes an effort to pay off his debts. His interactions with the children, though indirect, have sparked a change within him, a transformation that extends beyond the realm of his own personal anxieties. He is no longer simply a man running from his past. He is becoming a father, albeit a father in the most unconventional of ways. As David's secret involvement in his children's lives deepens, the lawsuit gains momentum. News outlets latch on to the bizarre story of Starbuck, painting him alternately as a hero to grateful parents and a reckless fool who played God. Paparazzi swarm the fertility clinic and speculate wildly about Starbuck's true identity. David's family is oblivious to his secret, but they can tell something is off. His father, noticing David's unusual silence and distraction, presses him for answers, but David deflects. Emma, overwhelmed by her pregnancy and David's apparent detachment, tells him she's considering raising their child alone. Her words devastate David, who feels helpless to explain the truth. Meanwhile, Brett's attempts to fight the lawsuit are failing spectacularly. During one court session, the lawyer representing the children reads excerpts from their letters, painting a moving picture of kids longing for a father they've never met. Even Brett, usually cynical, shifts uncomfortably in his seat. David, sitting in the back row, struggles to keep it together. The turning point comes when Vigo, one of the lawsuit leaders and a law student, makes a public appeal on live television. His speech is raw and heartfelt. We're not looking for money. We just want to know who we are. We just want a chance to understand where we came from. Watching from home, David feels his resolve crumble. In an impulsive decision, David walks into the courtroom the next day and, before Brett can stop him, stands up and declares, "I am Starbuck." The courtroom falls silent. Reporters scramble. His children stare in shock, and Brett buries his face in his hands. But David, for once in his life, feels a strange sense of peace.